the offseason program.
Right.
Do you feel like you've gotten your footing back since you came back?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's the game of football. It's like anything. You know, just like last year, I missed all of the offseason. And, you use that time. This part right here, man, is to kind of just get your feet back, get back in football shape. Kind of like the same thing, man. I'm not new to this, man. I've been hurt, about 4 or 5 years out of my professional career, so I'm no stranger to injuries, unfortunately. But, just used to just getting back in my routine, man. Like this day, second day in pads. So, it's an exciting time, man, to be back, man. And, I'm not no bit worried about anything that's happening right now because I know when the lights come on, man, I'll be ready to go.
What's it like for you in year 3 here with the Jaguars?
Just comfort. I can say, man, the biggest thing for me is comfort because for the simple fact that, I know it's kind of, I guess a catch-22 because now meetings are a lot more rigorous and boring. Don't tell Coach Wash I said that, but, it's the things that you know in and out now. So, when he's going over them, it's kind of like, oh, man, here you go again. But, you know the defense. You know where everybody's supposed to be. I know where the linebacker's supposed to be compared to last year, especially my first year. You just not knowing the defense, and that's just huge, man, because I know that so many opportunities is missed from not knowing everything about this defense, man. And now having the opportunities to know, like, man, Miles is supposed to be here, and I got to be able to count on Miles to be there, and he's going to be there. And, it's going to free up, man, to make even more opportunities, man. And it's going to be a tragedy, man, if I don't make the Pro Bowl this year. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Doug made it pretty clear last year a couple times.
Right.
He believed you should have been in that game, told you as such.
Uh-huh.
What did that mean to you?
Oh, it meant a lot, man, because one thing about Coach Marone, man, and we all know, he's a straight shooter. I don't think me of all people, man, he don't need to, kiss up to me, man. I'm just Tashaun Gipson, right? And so for him to say that, man, and he came from a sincere place, it meant a lot, man, because, obviously, guys, we play for these accolades, obviously, man. The team goes at first, but the personal accolades, man, is amazing, man. And I felt like, I put my best foot forward. And, for them to tell me that I was like a 4th or 5th alternate, I mean, it was crushing. I want to put that out there. It's not that many safeties. Dang sure not in the AFC better than me. So, but for Doug to say that, man, it meant a lot, man, because he's seen a lot of football. He's seen a lot of good football players, man. It just came from a good place. So, it's motivation at the end of the day. But to know that my head coach believe in me and to that capacity, man, it definitely means a lot, man. And, hopefully this year I continue to grow as a player, man, and we won't have to have that same type of conversation.
How has that motivated you then? If, you said it was crushing, how did you use that as motivation getting ready here? And
right.
Do you use that as fuel when it's 95 and you're in full pads and that whole thing?
Well, you got to use something, man, when that heat touch you, man. I don't know what I'll be thinking out there, man. I need to use something, but absolutely. You look at that, man, and I remember the day, it's kind of like one of them things where, you happy for the guys that made it. Every guy that made it on this team, man, was deservingly, rightfully so. Guys like Tevin and Yannick, I felt shouldn't have even necessarily had to be an alternate. So, it's part of the business, man. I didn't put too much stock into it, but it's, when you really felt like you work for something, you felt like you truly accomplished something, man, and for it to be the way that it was, it was a little hurt, but at the end of the day, man, it's a new season, man. The beautiful thing about it is, I remember back in 2014, nobody knew who I was, man. I came out, caught 6 picks, man. I was a Pro Bowler. Each year, man, you be able to give yourself a new identity. Nobody cares about what happened last year, man. AJ came here, just a guy from Houston that we paid a lot of money. Now everybody talking about him as one of the best corners in the league. So, just look at this, man. Each year is a new opportunity, man. With God, man, anything is possible. And, like I said, man, the AFC is always tight. We got some good safeties, man, but I feel like I'm up there. Matter of fact, I feel like I'm the best, man, when I'm healthy. And, the things that I can do and the things that they're allowing me to do, man, it's going to be an exciting year, man. We got the best defense in the league. So, it's an exciting time.
Your defense was really good last year, came up a little short.
Right.
Where do you guys expect it to take that next step? What's next for this defense?
I think I had a conversation this offseason, man. The scary part about it is we got a lot of young guys, man, who's, I think that we can even take a bigger step. You had guys like Yannick and Miles and Jalen who's, going to be around here for a long time, And, those guys was only in year 2. So you think about guys like that taking a step in year 3. I mean, that's scary to think about, 3 dominant guys at their positions, man. And I tell y'all, Miles Jack don't get enough. I say it again, man. He's going to be one of the best linebackers in the league for years to come. Jalen, we know obviously what he's doing. He's the best cornerback in the league right now by far, man. And Yannick, man, he's just a menace. So I think that everybody's getting comfortable. Malik is in year 3. I'm in year 3. Church is in year 2. You know, it's going to be an exciting season, man, and we just got so many moving parts, man. I don't think Marcel Davis get enough credit. It's just the list goes on, man, and, you know, this is going to be an exciting year. It's hard for us to see. It's hard for me to realistically sit here and say that I envision a setback because, you know, if anything, man, I envision us being more dominant. I can't believe that we finished second in defense to Minnesota, but they got to see about that when we come up there in a couple of weeks. I don't like joint practices, but they got to see about it.
When do you expect Jalen to be back?
See, man, that's, you know, y'all trying to put me on the spot. I can't rat on my guy. Come on, I plead the fifth. No, man, you know, he's a professional, man, and obviously childbirth is something everybody handle different. You know, I was in the same situation, but, you know, I wasn't regarded as the best guy in my position when my kid was born, so I was there, you know. But, you know, it's a beautiful thing, man. He had his baby girl, man. I just talked to him last night, and, you know, it's a thing where nobody have no ill will because we know when he come here, you know what you're going to get out of him. You know, and that's just one of the things where no matter what he's got going on, man, in his personal life, no matter what's going on, he's going to come here. He's going to be Jalen Ramsey. And, you know, I'm more than confident in what he's going to do, man. So when he come back, he's going to come back in shape. He's going to come back to Jalen that we all know, man. And I think that Coach Marone and Mr. Coughlin, they more than confident in when he's going to come back, that he's going to be able to do what he needs to do. So, you know, I can't tell you when he's going to come back. Maybe I know, I just don't want to tell y'all. But, you know, when he come back, man, I'm going to be excited to have my guy out there.
What's been your impression of DJ Hayden in the nickel corner role?
I like him, man. You know, I think that, you know, one thing that he got, man, is speed. He got speed to burn, man. And in his defense, the way that we play, you're going to need speed, man. And one of the things that, you know, we have yet to see, but you can tell he's a physical guy. And being able to tackle is going to be huge, man. He was, in my opinion, I felt was one of the better tackling quarterbacks in the league, man. And that paid dividends for us in that slot. So, obviously, when we get live things going, man, we're going to be able to tell a lot more about DJ Hayden, man. But, man, I like his game. He's quick. He's fast. He's physical. He's strong. And, you know, I think he's going to fit in. He's going to fit in perfect in his Jackson 5 miss.
How has Ronnie Harrison kind of gotten acclimated to the NFL with you guys? In that range?
Man, I love Ronnie Harrison game. Like, you know, he's one of those guys who he truly can play both positions, man. And, you know, I guess the knock was coming out like, man, he's a box safety, whatnot, he can't cover. Man, I truly think that, you know, he's a unique player, man. And, you know, I think that somehow, some way, Ronnie going to be on the field, man, and he's a good young player. And, you know, especially when the game slow down for him, I don't know when that might be, but when the game slow down for him, man, you could tell, like, man, he gets it. He understands football, and that's just one of the things that you look at. You understand that, man, he know how to play the game of football, man, and I don't know if you want to give Nick Saban all that credit, man. He just genetically, he just genetically gifted, man, and, you know, it's exciting to have young guys like that, man, and give us depth, and, you know, it's an exciting thing, man, to be able to coach a guy like that up, man. And, you know, he quiet, he don't talk much, but, man, when he go out there, man, he play, and all he do is make plays.
You mentioned the knowledge of the defense allowing you to make plays that you did last year.
Right.
Is there a player, too, that sticks out that you feel like you could have made now that you weren't able to last year?
Maybe like 5 or 6. You know, there's to say there's a couple plays, man, that stuck out, man. I know, like, specifically in our zones and our weak hooks, you know, last year, man, it was plenty of opportunities, man, where I kind of got too nosy, feeling like Miles may not carry this hook over, Tailvin may not carry this hook, so let me cover him. And, you know, instead of doing my assignment, man, I guess not even just, that's a play op. Just being able to understand the defense and say, man, I know Tailvin is supposed to be there. I know he's going to be there. Miles going to be there, man. If I stay on my landmark, this is a play. I think it was a play against Pittsburgh right before the half, man. Juju, number 19 for the Pittsburgh Steelers, he ran a seam route. And in this defense, man, that's either a big hit or that's a pick. And, you know, 3 ran across the seam, man. And, you know, instead of understanding the defense, like Tailvin is going to pick that up. He might be late, but I got to trust Tailvin to do it. I jumped that. He caught it. You know, they wound up kicking a field goal, man. Instead of them kicking a field goal, closing the gap, man, that could have been a play out for me. It's just little things like that, man, when the game slow down and you start understanding the defense, you say, okay, these are play ops, man. And sometimes, man, playing in the middle field as much as I do, man, sometimes, man, the difference between those 4 or 5 plays that you get that you miss could be the difference between me and Doug having a congratulations conversation or him telling me, man, I'm sorry that you missed out.
What happened on,
Go ahead. You can finish it.
so what happened on the 3rd and 18 against the Patriots?
Oh, man, you know, it's just one of them things where, you know, you got laxed. And I ain't going to lie to you. I told myself I was going to never answer this question again, but, you know, that play right there, I'll be lying if I said that didn't keep me up all off season, man. But got lax. Depending on the rush, 3rd and 18, there's no way you're going to get this ball out, man, with our D-line. And, you know, he had a little more time, and he made a great throw. Amendola made a great catch, and I think that was one of the turning points in the game. So, you know, just that laxing mentality, myself, man, and I blame myself and myself only. Like I've been saying, man, I won't blame this on whatever foot issue I was dealing with. That's a play 3rd and 18 I got to make. That if I'm on the field, I got to make that play.
Well, following up on that, closing out games, it wasn't just that game. There were a few games that you guys could have closed out and maybe felt like you didn't. Is that kind of a point of emphasis for this defense, that you guys are going to be able to close, put your foot on people's throats kind of thing?
You know, I think towards the latter part of the year, man, you know, you look at games like Tennessee, New England, you know, things like that, man. Absolutely, we want to. That was one of the things that hurt us real bad in 16. We would be playing with a team, and we kind of took that step in the right direction in 17. But, you know, absolutely, you got to be able to do that, man. And I feel like we are as dominant of a defense as there is right now. So, absolutely, in the 4th quarter, man, the way that these practices is, it's not a condition thing. It's not that we out of shape, man. I mean, these practices are some of the hardest practices you know, that I've ever been a part of in my 7-year career. Matter of fact, they are. And it's not a condition thing, man. It's a mental thing. And, you know, I think that, you know, that's something that's easily correctable. And, you know, you just got to go back to the drawing board and figure out what it is, because it's nothing, you know, wrong with what we're doing schematically. It's not that we're not in shape. It's just, you know, we just got to have that mentality, man. You got to see the blood in the water. You got to go attack.
Cool. Thanks. Good.
Thank you.
I think I'm clean.
So how's it been with pads on the last couple of days?
It's been good. We're getting out there. We're still, as a team, getting in shape, getting used to having the pads on, the helmets on, and going hard every single play and getting better every day.
Did you have an idea of what training camp would be here from talking to the guys that were here in year 1 underdog and Tom? And has it been sort of what you were told about so far? I know it's early, but...
No, honestly, I never really asked about training camp. I mean, I know there's 31 other football teams in the NFL going hard. You know, I don't know just as hard as us, but they're going really, really hard, and they're practicing hard. And all training camp practices are going to be hard in the NFL. You know, this is the best of the best. We're all professionals here, and you got a guy trying to make a team. You know, right across from you, going all the way down the depth chart. So regardless of where you are, whether you be in Jacksonville, New York, California, Texas, I don't know where you are, but it's going to be hard, it's going to be tough, and you're going to have to fight every single day to earn your right.
Defenses are almost always ahead of offense early in camp. What do offenses need to, is it timing, is it comfort level? What do you look for as camp goes on?
Well, I think it's just everyone getting out there and working hard, getting back in shape, getting in that football shape with pads and building the chemistry. You know, the defense doesn't have a lot of moving parts. A lot of the same guys are coming back from a year ago. Offense has a little more change on the offensive side of the ball in some positions, but for the most part, man, it's just working at chemistry. You know, we're only day 4 here, and it takes time. It takes time to build that chemistry with the receivers and the quarterback, tight ends, quarterback, O-line. You know, everyone making those calls, getting it down the line, getting it out to the receivers. It takes time, you know, and today was a better day for everybody, and we took a step forward, but there still needs to be a lot of forward steps. You know, there's a lot of work to be put in to be where we want to be at week 1.
To find a chemistry, especially with the quarterback, take us through the offseason working with Blake, and how did you guys kind of build that relationship as the summer went on?
Well, I think the biggest thing in chemistry, I think, is having the guy that's throwing you the ball, knowing he can trust you, you're going to be at that spot. I think that is the biggest thing, because when he trusts you're going to be at that spot, he doesn't necessarily need to look at you. He can just throw it to a spot. And I think me and Blake and other guys, you know, on the team, you know, Dante and Dede Westbrook has done a phenomenal job of being in that spot that the quarterback needs him to be in, and being able to throw that and have that trust to make those plays. You know, and Cody's done a great job as well. Same with Tanner, letting guys make plays. DJ Chark had a great play today. Guys are making plays all over the field, and you can't forget about Cole with some deep balls 2 days ago and had some plays today.
In your Players Tribune piece that you did, you talked about maybe some of the challenges of being big fish in a small pond in Tampa versus New York. You're back in the small pond here. Was there any reservations about coming to a small market like Jacksonville?
No, honestly, there was no reservation when coming here. You know, being in Tampa, and I'll be honest with you, this will be the last time we talk about this. But being in Tampa was when I grew up. I grew up. I was 20, 21 years old, going in there, never really. Still learning about life, learning how to be a mature adult. Not just a man. If everyone would say be a man, it's about being an adult. And going through life problems and all those other things, and understanding myself and knowing myself. I didn't know who I was. I didn't understand myself as a person, and New York helped me do that. Coach Bowles helped me do that. The Jets organization helped me do that. I'm here in Jacksonville Jaguars, and I'm ready to do the best I can do for them. I'm not worried about anything like that. I'm focused on what I have to do today, what do I have to do for my teammates, what do I have to do for my coaches, what do I have to do for the city, so they can get the most back on their investment in me, and I can get the most out of myself so I can be the best tight end I can be.
Do you feel any pressure to come in as a leader, or do you just come in and say, I'm just going to play, I'm going to do my thing?
I think pressure makes diamonds, or you bust. I like pressure. We'll figure out which one it's going to be.
So from a leadership standpoint, though, are you taking a specific role, thinking I'm going to?
No, I come out here, I play football. Leaders don't try and be leaders. They just play hard, and people lead, and people fall. I know I'm not one of the people that come in there and yell and get everybody attention. I'm going to get your attention by the way in which I prepare, the way in which I work, the way I'm dedicated to my teammates, to my coaches, and that in itself is enough. If I can show younger guys how to practice, how to play, how to carry themselves throughout the building, how to prepare, that is leadership in itself. Yelling and all that other stuff, that isn't me. Some people do that, and they're vocal leaders, and that works for them, and they do all those other things that I'm talking about on top with their vocality. But I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that comes in here, works hard every day, get here early, leave late, and I just show the young guys how it should be done, and hopefully show a young guy that was like me when I was young. I know it's tough right now. You're trying to figure out yourself, that you can get through it, and if you dedicate yourself and you love the game like I know you do, you'll be able to get through those tough spots and become a great player.
Perception versus reality are often different, but Blake, the perception nationally is a lot different than the reality. What was your perception of him, and what are your impressions of him so far?
Perception and reality are different. People think whatever they think. I don't care. I don't think you should care what people think about you if you know who you are as a person. I know Blake knows what type of quarterback he is. I think he's a hell of a quarterback. I think he makes plays when it counts. I think he wins football games when it counts. I don't know what draft. I'm pretty sure he's in my draft class. I don't know any other quarterbacks that won a playoff game in our draft class, and he's the only one to do that. So I know quarterbacks are drafted to win Super Bowls and win playoff games and win big games, and he's done that. He's made that progression. I think the perception is wrong, and I think the perception needs to be changed because people aren't realizing it's a progression. It takes time. You can't just come in here and be the best quarterback ever. You know what I'm saying? It takes time from year 1 to year 2 to year 3, and people got to realize the progression of Blake Bortles from year 1 to year 2 to year 3 to year 4, now year 5 with a different offensive system, and see the jump he made. A lot of people want to talk bad about this and that last year. That was his best year. If you look at his stats, he did a lot better than a lot of other 32 quarterbacks in the NFL. So they can say whatever they want about it. They can say negative things, but Blake's going to keep going back there. He's going to keep making throws, and when he needs to run, he's going to run. He's going to do what it takes to win, and that's what you want in a quarterback, a guy that wants to win and does the job every single day. And if he messes up, he's going to go out there and sling it again, not timid at all. That's what I want in a quarterback. That's what we need in a quarterback. I'm happy we have Blake Bortles here.
Austin, what challenges will the Jaguar defense present for tight ends, opposing tight ends, from what you're seeing?
They play man. They play man, they play zone. They hit hard, they're physical, they're a gritty bunch. You better be able to run block. If you ain't gonna run block, I don't know how many times you're gonna be in there. We got some good safeties, whether it be Taj or Barry or Ronnie. Ronnie's been coming on really, really, really well, and as well as Cody Davis. We got some guys that 1 through 2 and even 3 that can really cover the ball and come down and strike when it comes to the run game. And I think we're very fortunate to have those guys, and I'm trying to give them the best look possible. So whenever they face somebody, there's not many better guys that they're going to face.
You said that you wanted to make this your best year as a blocker. Mm-hmm. How has that progression kind of happened over the last couple of weeks?
It's hard. I'll tell you that right now. It was hard. I got beat a couple times today, going against 93 Calais, and I don't know many guys that are better than him, and I'm going to continue to put my nose in there and go as hard as I can and get better. Not every play is going to be perfect, and not every play in the season is going to be perfect. I will get beat one time. I'm sure of it. It will happen. But it's about coming back, making the next play, making that block. I have the belief that I can block anybody, or I can happen